Today we paint with makeup sponges. I have a couple of older videos doing sponge chop or sponge underpainting already. Today we'll paint an orange armored space marine and we'll paint it via our double sponge chop. We'll be painting with speed paints over the sponge underpainting, and then after that, once we're happy with our speed paint base colors, we're going to do double sponge chop. The second part of this video is the painting of the OSL, also initially with a sponge. So we have a lot of sponging today and of course painting with speed paints. So join me as we paint this Space Marine via our double sponge chop. Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. Also, special thanks to The Army Painter for making this video possible. Don't forget my discount codes and affiliate links down below. Today we paint the underpainting with sponges. When painting with a sponge, always wet your sponge and also thin down your paints. You also need to wick the excess paint on the sponge before applying on the miniature. Oh, as mentioned earlier, I have a couple of sponge underpainting videos already featuring 3 Primarchs and you might want to check those out. Now, since you thin down your paints, depending on your thinning, you may want to apply in multiple layers or multiple coats with the sponge. Make sure to let the previous layers dry before applying another layer with the sponge. As usual, you may force dry the paints with a hair dryer. Now we paint the base colors with speed paints. Now we paint with speed paints. Pre-select your colors to make your painting a little bit more efficient. I almost always thin down my speed paints with speed paint medium, but sometimes I do not. So do check out the simple graphics in this video about the thinning ratios I use with the thinning of the speed paints. Oh, a quick tip, I always use synthetic brushes when painting with speed paints. Speed paints are, they're natural hair killers. Oh, also, shake your speed paints before painting with them. Now, speed paints dry faster than washes, and they dry way faster than regular paints. So when painting with speed paints, you have to work fast, use a bigger brush, and load your brush a little bit more than usual. I use a number 3 or even a number 5 sized brush when painting with speed paints. Although you see here in the video, I'm not too conscious of the finish that I'm producing with these initial base colors with speed paints. Since we're doing double sponge chop, we'll be painting over these initial base colors. It's important to note though that the videos you see here are sped up 2 times the speed. However, I think it's still noticeable that I'm painting pretty fast. When I'm using speed paints as base colors, I almost always apply it in 2 layers. You may thin down the speed paints that you're using for the second layer a little bit more than the speed paints that you use for the first layer. Thinning down speed paints is especially important if you're using very saturated colors. There are only a very few speed paints that I do not thin when painting with them. Now we do double sponge chop. I knew that painting over the sponge underpainting, painting with speed paints, will look really good. So we jumped to double sponge chop because single sponge chop should be good. So double sponge chop, as usual, should be better. I'm not sure if this is recency bias, but I really enjoy painting with the sponge. I mean, it looks better than doing underpainting with the dry brush. As of the moment, I really like the stippled texture produced by the sponge in comparison to the dry brush texture. Similar to any painting, apply the white sponging into thin coats at the very least. Painting in multiple thin layers is always better if you have the time. Now we have white sponging over the initial speed paint base colors. As you can see in the video, I overdid the white underpainting over the speed paints. But I knew that I'm painting with Zealot Yellow, and Zealot Yellow is orange yellow. I love Zealot Yellow. It's translucent and very vibrant. Zealot Yellow is more forgiving than Fire Giant Orange. It will help you produce a very nice finish. The nice finish of Zealot Yellow is also the reason why I applied the white sponging a little bit more than usual. It's important to note though that even though Zealot Yellow is easier to apply than Fire Giant Orange, you still need to work fast, use a bigger brush, and of course load the brush a little bit more than usual. Once you're happy with your Zealot Yellow painting, you need to let it air dry for around 5 to 10 minutes. Depending on your weather, like for me it's raining these days, you need to force dry or force cure with a hair dryer after letting it air dry for 10 minutes. Once the previous layer is dry, you may apply the second layer of Zealot Yellow. This will make your armor more orange looking. As you can see in the video, it's more orange than yellow after the second coat. Now it's a matter of repainting with speed paints the other elements or areas of the miniature. You may choose to use different speed paints for the repainting of the other elements to give you more color depth. But you could see in the video, I simply used the previous speed paints in the initial base colors with the repainting of the other elements. After painting with the second round of speed paints, I needed to paint the other areas with black paint. If you're liking this video, do give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm happy with our orange colored armor. I'm happy with our double sponge chop. Now we need to paint the OSL. If you're painting an army, you may want to paint with an airbrush. I particularly enjoy painting with my gallery airbrushes these days. But for the OSL painting today, we're going to use a smaller sponge. The shape of this smaller sponge will give me a little bit more precision. As mentioned, you could paint the first two colors with an airbrush, especially if you're painting an army. However, if you're just painting a smaller size unit like 3 models or even 5, you may want to try sponging these colors. Unlike airbrushing, the sponging will give you some interesting textures. It takes a little bit of practice to blend with the sponge, but once you get the hang of it, it's really nice. Now it's a matter of layering up towards the highlights. I'm using my Foxbite Kolinsky brushes for very good precision. These lighter colors you may want to thin down a little bit more than usual. A more thinned down paint will flow nicely and smoothly along the crevices of the miniature. For this second to the last step, you may use white acrylic paint, or if you have white ink, that is even better. And as you can hear, my neighbor's roosters agree. Now the last step is the glazing of this fluorescent paint. This will make your painting pop a little bit more. Now we do highlights. Highlighting is the most time-consuming part of painting any miniature. Highlighting can be time-consuming, but with this one, I just applied some quick highlights and some quick glazes. I did not want to spend too much time on this miniature since the main objective of this video is to show you our double sponge chop. I just felt, as usual, to clean up some areas and refine the painting a little bit more with some more highlights. Also, the leather elements, I wanted it to be rougher or sketchier than the rest of the miniature. I wanted the leather parts to look like worn leather. I also applied some really quick washes, especially on the gun. Red tone wash were applied on the shadow areas of the orange armor, and blue tone wash were applied on the darker areas of the OSL. I felt I needed more contrast, especially after applying the fluorescent paint. After applying the red tone and blue tone wash, I'm very happy with the result. In hindsight though, I think we could make the gun darker with some more washes so that we have more contrast. Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon, Hajime Model Studio, and of course, the Army Painter for making this video possible. I hate to say this because I have a handful of double slap chop videos that most people like. Double or single though, I think sponge chop is way better than slap chop. And of course, needless to say, double sponge chop is way better than double slap chop. Don't get me wrong, the dry brush will still have its uses. But the sponge underpainting and of course the double highlighting or double sponging gave me a better finish than using a dry brush. The obvious sign, at least for me, that I like this sponge chop or double sponge chop better than slap chop is that I did not feel the need to apply a lot of highlights. I only spent less than 30 minutes in the painting of the highlights and the quick glazes in this miniature. The trickiest part of painting with the sponge or the sponge underpainting is the painting of the hard-to-reach areas. You definitely need to use smaller sponges with pointy edges so that you could reach those hard-to-reach areas. This is the reason why I'm thinking of using the airbrush for the initial dark gray colors. Like, I could use the airbrush to paint dark grays over the black primer and then switch to using the sponge for the lighter colors. That should make the painting of the underpainting a lot more efficient. If you don't have an airbrush though, or you don't want to use the airbrush, I think we could do heavy dry brushing of the darker gray colors. Now, after the heavy dry brushing with the darker gray colors over the black primer, you may now switch to sponging the lighter gray colors. Like I mentioned, but this could be recency bias, but I do think that sponge chop is way better than slap chop. I will now focus on the painting of the primarchs after this video, but do comment below on what colored armor Space Marine. At some point, I need to paint another Space Marine for a quick video. So do comment below for what you think or what you like to see in terms of armor color of another Space Marine painted via our double sponge chop. That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Until next video, guys. Bye! If you like this video, you might like these other videos.